Hi, and welcome to the this is a sixth episode in my sixth episode in my 16-part series where each episode I will talk about one of the 16 NHL teams that made the 2022 postseason. The team that I'll be talking about today will be the St. Louis Blues. The Blues finished ninth in the league this year with a record of 49 wins, 22 losses, and 11 overtime losses. The Blues, who are facing off against the Minnesota Wild, who finished fifth in the league, will it'll be an interesting series to watch. These are two teams that I have not been following consistently in the regular season, but from what I've seen when they play the Canucks or any other Canadian team that's on TV, both teams are pretty solid teams. They put up a good fight. I favor towards the Wild just because I like their jerseys better, but I don't know. One of the strengths that the St. Louis Blues have is their goaltending. Their goaltending in the playoffs with Jordan Binnington is usually really good. Binnington's, I don't know what happens in the playoffs or what happens in the regular season, because this regular season Binnington had a pretty rough season. He played 37 games. He had 18 wins, 14 losses, and 4 overtime losses. He had 3.13 goals against average and a 901 save percentage. I know it doesn't sound bad on paper, but if you'd watch him in the game or watch some of the goals he's letting in compared to Ville Husso or any other goalie in the league, you'd know what I'm talking about. He he turns it on in the playoffs, but his playoff record doesn't look that much better. But if you watch him in the playoffs, watch him in their cup run back in 2019 where they made it all the way to the finals. They picked Binnington up about halfway through the season back in 2019 from their AHL team, where they were having goaltending problems that whole season. And when Binnington came in, his first game he had a shutout, and then from then on it was just basically the Binnington show. He brought them all the way to Stanley Cup Finals. They won, but the next year in the regular season, he didn't have the best. It's not what you'd expect from a goaltender who just carried his team to the Stanley Cup Finals and won. He did the same thing this year. He started out strong, and then he had his ups and downs for a bit, but then he didn't do very well. But going into the playoffs now, that's where Binnington thrives, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do. Another strong part of their game is their defense. They got guys back there like Justin Falk. Falk had a pretty good season this year. He put up, in 76 games, he put up 16 goals, 31 assists for a total of 47 points. They also got guys like Torrey Krug, Colton Parayko, who both put up 40 plus point seasons this year. Their offense has struggled a little bit, but they got some pretty talented players up there, like Vladimir Tarasenko, who had 82 points in 75 games this season with 34 goals, 48 assists. They also had Robert Thomas and Pavel Buchnevich, who had 70 plus point seasons this year. I think that the series will really come down to goaltending, like I said in the previous episode, because with the Wild bringing in Marc-Andre Fleury, and he has the playoff experience and the winning experience, or the hardware, I should say, to show off with 3 Stanley Cups. But since the end of the season, the Blues offense has started to pick up, and I feel like it's going to be a close series. It'll probably go to like Game 6, maybe Game 7. Yeah, maybe around there, depending on how the goalies play. I don't know. I'm a big goalie guy. I am a goalie myself, right? But I just believe that if your goalie's not stopping pucks, how are you going to win? Like, come on. Thanks for listening, and this concludes episode 6. I got 10 more to go, so tune in for those.